With this uncertain horizon of remote learning, hybrid classrooms, what we're going to call E-ducation, I just wanted to make a video highlighting 5 things that can not only increase your production quality, but also just give you a few more tools in your educator tool belt. I really wanted to make sure these were cheap solutions, so let's jump right in. First up, we have a USB extension cable. This one is like 25 feet. The uses for these things are absolutely endless. Say you're making a video where you need to see an entire whiteboard and you're standing so far back that the audio isn't very good. Well, if you're using just a USB webcam, use the extension cable to get that camera far back, but keeping the computer close to you will let you use that microphone instead. That'll make your voice sound more present, a little less reverberant, but the students will still be able to see the whole whiteboard. Sort of the reverse of that is if you're using an external microphone. A lot of people have the Blue Yeti or any USB headset, anything like that. Put the computer in a place where the internal webcam can capture the whole whiteboard, and then use the extension cable to get the microphone right up next to you. Again, you capture the whole field of view, but you sound nice and pretty. Number 2 are these inexpensive clamp mounts that you can get on Amazon, eBay, anything like that. Now, these are meant for GoPros, but the thing that I really liked about them is that they come with an attachment to put a 1/4-20 mounting thread on there. For those of you who don't know, a 1/4-20 mounting thread is what a normal tripod has for a camera. What this means is that I can take this clamp that I think I ordered, but they come on selfie sticks and things like that. I don't know. This one's so old that I've actually taped up the top because there's a little rubber piece that disappeared years ago. We're working with what we got. I'm going to take this phone clamp and I can actually, let's see if I can actually do this on camera. Yeah! I can screw that right on top of the clamp mount. Also, I'm holding things up like you can see them. I know I'm gonna do cut-ins. The great thing about this is I can clamp this to a table, I can clamp it up on top of a bookshelf, I can mount my phone anywhere that has enough space for this thing to grab onto. Let's keep rocking with this phone clamp for a second. Number 3, now you have your camera that has a tripod mount, camcorder has a tripod mount, this little phone thing that I just showed you has a tripod mount. So you might think, you know what, I'm gonna go to Best Buy and I'm gonna get a tripod. That will put my phone as high up as I need to so that I never have that chin again. However, setting up a flimsy, cheap tripod can be bulky, tedious, it can be restrictive. The legs are so wide that you can't really get it into a corner if you need to. Now, I'm a music teacher. I'm also an active gigging musician. I also do some production work. So I have a bunch of mic stands lying around, but they aren't that expensive regardless. In fact, a cheap mic stand is going to be much more stable and rigid than a tripod, even within the same price bracket. On top of that, if you get one with a boom arm, you can actually put the camera in places that otherwise you wouldn't be able to with just a normal tripod. However, we have to attach it. Now, this configuration was just using parts that I already had lying around, but they actually make pre-made attachments that can get a 1/4-20 mounting thread, like on this phone clamp, onto a normal mic stand. For instance, there's this one from Neewer on Amazon. It does everything that the pieces I have do, it's just already put into a package for you. 4 and 5 are a bit more niche, but you might find them useful. Now, number 4 is something that I didn't even realize you could do until very recently, and I was so excited when I found out. I knew that you could record the screen on the iPhone, but I didn't realize that you could also record the mic while you're doing that. And the way you do that, and I'm actually recording my screen as I show you, is you go to Settings, you go to Control Center, and then Customize Controls, and you can see that I have added screen recording in there. Basically, any app you have, you can add it to your Control Center, which is that thing that happens when you swipe up from the bottom. As you can see in the bottom left here, I'm already recording my screen. Now, the way you record the microphone while you're doing that is you just hold your finger on that button and you can see a menu pops up. So you'll have some other options, but just make sure it's selected on camera. You can see down on the bottom here, it says microphone on. I'm recording the mic so I can sync it up after. But if you click that, you can see that the microphone turns off and turns on. This is great because if you're showing a slide on an iPad or an iPhone, if you're just walking through a slideshow, you can actually narrate it directly into the phone, which is pretty sweet. It can help you make those sort of Khan Academy type videos where it's just a slide and you're writing on it. Now with this is one of my favorite purchases of recent, which is this Lightning lavalier mic. So what I'm going to do is actually use this microphone for this segment. The audio you're hearing right now is actually going from the Lav Mic into the camera app on my phone. There are free apps that you can use to have more control over the audio, but I'm actually just recording a video. You can see me in it. Hello. This is the audio from the Lav Mic. Yay! Not only is this great for narrating some of those, again, Khan Academy style videos, but if you have a camera that's acting as a dedicated camera like I have right now, you can just record the audio directly into your phone and then sync them up later. That means you can move around wherever you want, you can write on the board, you can go get a cup of coffee, and the audio is still gonna sound consistent the whole time. Again, this is like if you're doing a lecture where you can sync up the audio after the fact. This is way less expensive though than a wireless mic system, like hundreds of dollars less expensive. Now, to make this even crazier, there are actually apps that you can use where you can use your phone as a webcam for your computer through Wi-Fi. What you can do through like Google Meet, say, or Zoom, Skype, any of these, set the video as coming from your webcam, but set the audio as coming from your phone. And that way you actually have a live wireless Lav mic on you. I tested this out a second ago, it actually works. Again, the idea here is your screen is gonna look really pretty with your whiteboard and stuff like that, but if the students can't hear what you're saying, that kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. All right, we are back on the SM7B here. The last one is about as niche as it possibly gets, but it has helped me a lot as of recent, and it involved an Amazon box, a picture frame, and a couple components that came with some GoPro mounts I bought a while ago. And that is a DIY teleprompter. Now this sounds really fancy, but for like less than 10 bucks, it's probably the most bang for your buck thing on here. There are 1.5 million videos on YouTube that explain how to do this, but I'm gonna put it quickly so that you get the general idea. The way a teleprompter works is you have a horizontal screen and then a 45-degree piece of glass that reflects the image from the screen back towards you. Because none of that light is going directly into the camera doesn't see anything. This gives off the impression that you are staring directly into the lens, as I am now. Now you might be saying, where am I gonna get a screen that can actually project the words that I'm supposed to say? There are a bunch of free teleprompter apps out there. There's one by a company called Parrot. The idea is that it just flips the words so that they show up facing the right way. But that's it. No fancy mirror, nothing like that. The only thing you need to be sure of is that you buy a picture frame that has actual glass in it. I got mine at Target, it was like $5. The cardboard box just acts to block out light, which makes it easier for you to see the words and keeps extra light from getting into the lens. And if you want to be super fancy, I actually use an app called Prompt Smart. It was like $20, I know. But the thing that it does is it actually listens to your voice and scrolls automatically based on what you're saying. That way you never feel like you're catching up or you're not sitting there waiting for the words to keep going. It follows you, which I guess is worth $20. I don't know. I'm curious to hear what technical things you've tried while making, lecture videos for your students. If you have any that are cool, share them down in the comments below. Let the community in on some of your magic. If you made it all the way through this video, thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. I hope you took something from it, and good luck in the fall. We'll all need it.